This episode is brought to you by T-Tech Services. They have all your video, audio, and tech needs. Call them today, 717-745-5144. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Dr. Quack podcast. Another great episode today. Today we are going to talk about the NFL and SummerSlam. We're going to be talking about who we think is going to go up in the world and who is going down on both counts there. So get ready. We're going to start with the NFL here because, the season's coming up. I love it. Football's finally here. Thank you, God, after 6 months of sitting around and hearing about the NBA and hearing about LeBron James after his team sucked. I get to finally hear about football. I love it. I can finally drive down the road, listen to ESPN, listen to Fox Sports, listen to Mad Dog Sports over there, and hear about the NFL. That makes my day, trust me. You want to make me smile? Football's always there. Next to pro wrestling, probably the same thing. But I'm going to tell you, this is my breakdown here. I'm breaking it down. This is what I feel you're going to see here when it comes to the playoffs this year. I mean, a lot of things happened over the last week. You got holdouts still going on with Ezekiel Elliott. You still got holdouts there with Melvin Gordon and a few other players. And you also got Tom Brady selling his house. Just happened today. $25 million on the market. Anybody wants his mansion, go ahead. By all means, look him up. I'm sure he'll sell it to you. But, this is my breakdown here because let's start over here. I'm going to start with the NFC. Okay, I don't normally start with the NFC because I love the AFC because you see what this jersey is. It's Patriots. Yep, go Pats. But I'm going to start with the NFC here. And we're going to talk about the NFC North. The NFC North, if you look at the teams there, if you look at the teams there, I'm telling you, if you look at how you got the Lions, right, who are not a great franchise. You've got the Vikings, okay, nothing great. Do you see improvement on them? Not really. The Packers, Aaron Rodgers, he's a great quarterback. He's not the best. And he is fragile and his ego gets in the way. But he's a decent quarterback. However, I'm taking on this one here. I'm going to take the Bears. The Bears over there, they've got it going on. Nagy's got his team ready to go. I feel like they're going to win that division. And it's going to be, one of the great divisions. I wish you could see on the other side of the camera right now. But anyways, because, my producer here, he's an AFC representative. He is a Pittsburgh Steeler fan. I'm going to let him pop over. Woo! Go Steelers! And he's got his Steelers. Okay, moving on. So I'm going to take Chicago to win their division. And I'm going to move on here. I'm going to take, what do I have here? I have it written down a lot. Nope. I got Dallas here. I just had to make sure I had a lot of notes. It seems like I wrote two teams twice here. Nope. Dallas Cowboys. I'm telling you, that the NFC East. This is where it's getting interesting because you have the Cowboys, the Redskins with their rookie quarterback. You've got Eli Manning, aging 45-year-old, might as well be 75-year-old Eli Manning. And you've got the Eagles. Good up and coming team. I got a feeling that both of those are going to make the playoffs, and I think Dallas ends up making the playoffs there. They're going to take on, this is the way I've got my seating here. Let me just break this down. Because I got Seattle winning their division. I don't see, the Niners doing anything anymore. I mean, they might do a little something to get Garoppolo back. Not going to do really anything. The Cardinals, Kyler Murray, I almost see him flopping. This is a first-year quarterback. I mean, he might shock people. He might go, and set some rushing records, and he might go out there and sling the ball a little bit. Might go 8-8, but I don't see it. I see them being a rebuilding year once again. The Rams, I see them on the downslide. They're falling down a little bit. The Rams they made it to the Super Bowl last year. Yes, I get it. but they seem to be losing parts here. Todd Gurley is definitely not the same guy as he once was. I do feel that team is based around him, and when he's not playing very well, it doesn't work well. So we got to see what happens this year. But I am going to take Seattle. Russell Wilson, I do believe, the man who is leading that team, and he don't have a lot of great parts there. Not a lot of great wide receivers, has a decent running game, and a solid defense. But with him, he makes plays. He is definitely one of the top 5 quarterbacks in the league. That's my opinion there. So this is the way I've got it broken down here. So I have, number 1 seed. This is what I'm saying, the NFC here. New Orleans Saints. New Orleans Saints are obviously, in my opinion, the best team in the NFC. Drew Brees. What can I say? One of arguably, the best quarterbacks, and he's close to the retirement there. He's around that age 39, I believe. That's where he's at. And their high-power offense, you got Kamara out there. They're going to be able to run the ball. They're going to be able to do it well. I feel like they're the number 1. I would say Dallas. This is what I'm saying, because a lot of people are already going, oh, God, Ezekiel Elliott's on the holdout. This is going to affect Dak Prescott. I feel it. Now, this video here is recorded, Thursday, today, right? August 8th. You watch, in the next week or so, you're going to see Elliott stop his holdout. He's not going to the beginning of the year. He's going to be there. He's going to play. You're going to have him, Amari Cooper, and Dak Prescott. I see them as the number 2 seed. Number 3 seed, I see as Chicago. Number 4, I see as Seattle. My 2 wild cards, I see Philly coming in at the number 5 seed. I just feel like Dallas is going to have that better record. It's going to come down to the last game of the season, roughly, or last 2. Dallas will have that edge, and they'll be the number 5 seed. And then they'll have number 6 Atlanta. So basically what I got in the first round there, I got Chicago, Atlanta, and I've got Seattle and Philly. What I'm going to take here is I'm going to take the Chicago Bears. They're definitely, like I said, one of the better teams in the NFC. I'm going to have them beating Atlanta. Probably in a blowout because their defense is horrible. And, Matt Ryan, as good as he is, I don't see him being able to stand up to that defense. I'm going to have Chicago going over there. And I'm going to have Seattle beating Philly. I just feel, like I said, Russell Wilson is definitely one of those top quarterbacks in the league, and I think he's going to prove it. This is why. Because I'm going to have in the division round, I'm going to have Seattle taking on the Saints, and I'm going to have number 2 seed Dallas taking on Chicago. I think Dallas wins that matchup over Chicago. I feel it. I don't know why. There's some weird, thing in the air this year. It doesn't feel normal for Dallas to sink. I feel like they're actually going to rise. And you're going to see Dallas, I think, take on Seattle. I think the Saints get upset. I feel the Saints will get upset again. And I think you're going to see in the NFC Championship game, you're going to see Seattle and Dallas, coming out in there. And that'll be a great matchup, and it'll be close, I really feel, if this really goes down the way it does. It's too early to predict, but I feel like doing my early predictions anyways. So I'm going to have, Dallas in the NFC, in the Super Bowl, representing the NFC. I don't know why I feel this. It's some kooky stuff, and I know there's going to be a lot of people looking at me like I'm crazy, but I feel it. I get it. Even my producer over here, he's like looking at me like I'm nuts. So let's go to the AFC. Let's go over there. I'm going to break this down. Number 1 seed, I feel, is the Patriots. Sorry, New England. What can I say? Tom Brady, Julian Edelman. No Gronk this year, but you know what? I feel like, with the schedule they got, where they've got, taking on the Jets, they're taking on the Bills. Jets are going to be a new team, I'm telling you. Jets will actually be a good team this year. They're going to, probably elevate themselves to an 8-8 record, or maybe even higher. I don't think they're going to be higher than the Patriots. I don't think they beat them for the division. But the Dolphins, they look like they're flopping. And the Bills, they look like they're the same Bills. Sorry, nothing major there. Number 2 seed, I will take the Kansas City Chiefs. I will say that the Chiefs are arguably, one of those teams. I call it the Rigonometry scale, okay? The reasons why teams end up going to the playoffs and teams that could win the Super Bowl. Chiefs are one of those teams that could win the Super Bowl. Again, Andy Reid, no ring. He's coached so many teams to the NFC and AFC Championship game. He's been to 1 Super Bowl. He needs that ring to solidify something, I think, to get into the Hall of Fame. Otherwise, I don't think he goes in first ballot. Just my opinion. And this is where I feel like it could be. Number 3 seed, I'm going to take the Steelers to win the AFC North. I do feel Pittsburgh, even though they've lost some weapons, they've lost Bell, they've lost AB over there. He went to Oakland. I still feel like Big Ben is a good enough quarterback, and he has enough weapons around him, along with the defense, to be able to win that division.
Steel curtain,
as he's excited over here. I know, and it might be a 10-6 record. That's why I feel they're going to be the number 3 seed. I don't see them getting a first round bye, but I do see them hosting at least one playoff game. 4, I have the Colts. I have them winning the AFC South. I really do. I don't see the Titans, really doing much. Houston is a disaster. Houston, they have no GM that seems like they know what they're doing. Deshaun Watson, I don't know how this is going to play out. I don't have a lot of faith in them. And the Jaguars, I know. They got a new quarterback. But, Nick Foles, right? Is that who it is, I believe? Judges? Yep, Nick Foles. It's going to be the new quarterback. No, I'm sorry, Carson Wentz. What the hell did I say? Nick Foles? Sorry about that. Carson Wentz, going to be down there. I think. Who is the quarterback? Is that a quarterback? I couldn't remember who got traded.
Google challenge.
Google challenge. Watch this. Let's do it while we're here. What the hell? Sorry, it's been a little fun day for me. Who's the quarterback of the Jacksonville Jaguars?
Nick Foles.
Nick Foles. Okay. I was trying to remember there. I'm a little tired. I know Wentz stayed, and Foles is down there. Just wanted to make sure I was right. But I just don't see it. I see the Colts going out there, and I see them winning. I see Andrew Luck. Oh, yeah, his dad, the XFL commissioner, by the way. XFL coming up soon. Not this season, but look next season. This is why this is important. Andrew Luck coming out there. I can see him winning his division at least. And number 5 seed, I have the Chargers. I feel like Phillip Rivers, they're gonna compete again. Yes, Melvin Gordon's on holdout. Do I see him holding out? No. It'd be stupid for him to hold it out. It'd just be dumb. So he's gonna be in that mix. Rivers, as long as everybody's healthy, I feel will contend for a playoff spot. They're gonna be close with Kansas City, but I still feel they'll make the playoffs. And this is my shocker, the 6th seed. A lot of people, have gotten behind them recently. The Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns are a tough team. And you've got Odell Beckham. You've got Baker Mayfield. Okay? Both of those guys. Including everybody else. And Duke Johnson just got traded. I forget where. Tell me in the comments. But he just got traded for a 3rd and 4th round pick. And he is no longer with that team. So that being said, they're going to have a little bit of issues with the running game. They got Kareem Hunt who comes back, after suspension, but we'll see who fills in the meantime. So this is my predictions here. So I got 3 Steelers taking on the Browns. I think the Browns upset the Steelers. I know, and he is shaking his head. I wish you could see this on camera, but he is shaking his head, and I do feel the Browns will win their first playoff game in quite some time. I believe it was 2007, if I'm not mistaken, with Derek Anderson. I think they won a playoff game there. And you got the Colts and the Chargers. I'm going to take the Chargers to beat the Colts. I just feel like Phillip Rivers is kind of due, and he's going to continue to push for that. Another guy that could retire here in the next few years. You're talking him, Breeze, Brady. Brady selling his house. Like I said, 2 years. He's got an extension. Could be retiring early. Nobody knows. So we got the Patriots and the Browns in the AFC division game. Going to take the Pats. Pats at home. They're pretty tough to beat. And, it's going to be a lot of pressure on Baker Mayfield. I would take the Patriots. And I would take the Chiefs over the Chargers. Like I said, the other guy they want to push down your throat. Patrick Mahomes. Perfect guy. I heard this said once. I don't cheer teams. I cheer stories. And this is what really makes sense to me. Because Patrick Mahomes is a great story. You're talking about a guy whose father was a Major League Baseball player. He's got that pedigree. He was one of the top quarterbacks for Rookie of the Year last year. I believe he won Rookie of the Year. And he's going to be one of the top faces in the NFL probably to come. So you're going to see the matchup again, the rematch, Patriots-Chiefs. And this is the time, and I hate to say it, yes, I know I got my Patriots jersey on, but I'm going to say somehow, and this is why I say the story would make best for business if the Chiefs win. Because Andy Reid goes on to the Super Bowl to take on Dak Prescott, Ezekiel Elliott in the Super Bowl. So you would have the Cowboys against the Chiefs. And for all of you that don't know history, the Chiefs were once in Texas. They were another team, but now they're Kansas City, and they're going to take on Dallas there. That's my opinion. I'm going to take the Chiefs to win the Super Bowl. I do feel that the Chiefs, because Andy Reid, this is why the Reaganomimetry scale, I just feel that they're going to want to push somebody. Kind of like WWE pushes John Cena or Roman Reigns down your throat. This is the team they want to push. That is why I feel the Kansas City Chiefs may win the Super Bowl. It could be Dallas too, because, like I said, another story there with Ezekiel Elliott, Dak Prescott, and Amari Cooper, all contracts ending within 2 years. Jerry Jones has already said he may just let them go. So now they need to play for their money, kind of like Joe Flacco did back in 2012 to 2013. So there's my NFL report. Let's move to SummerSlam here. Good old WWE coming up this Sunday. I'm ready to see it, man. I'm telling you. Some of the great matches here include Finn Balor taking on The Fiend, Bray Wyatt. A lot of people have been talking about this because Bray Wyatt's finally back, and he looks like a monster. And that's what I'm waiting to see. Are we going to see The Fiend take on the Demon? Are we going to see Finn Balor actually come out as the Demon? If that happens, that might be one of the best matches of the night, if not the best match of the night. Then you got Shane McMahon, Kevin Owens again. I'll take Shane McMahon on that. I just feel like they're just going to keep pushing him because they keep pushing around Owens. It doesn't make any sense why, but they keep pushing around Owens. He should have a push here. They gave him one early in his career, and then they just said, you're done. He's getting a mild one right now on TV. He's getting a little more TV, but he's fighting Shane McMahon. He's not fighting for a title. It's just a rivalry. Kind of mid-card at best. Should be better. By the way, I'll take Bray Wyatt over Finn Balor on that other one, too. Then we got the Classic here. This is another non-title match. A lot of these matches here are singles. If you haven't realized, all the matches on the card are singles matches. They took care of the tag team matches, by the way, on Monday Night Raw. Alexa Bliss, Nikki Cross, winning the tag team titles in a fatal four-way. That was impressive. I was happy to see it. Nikki Cross is a good talent. I'm glad to see she got a title. And, of course, Alexa Bliss, one of the best out there, and now proving that she can be a tag team wrestler. So, yeah, speaking of women, we've got Charlotte Flair versus Trish Stratus. We've got the torch passing ceremony, as we like to call this. Because Trish Stratus has already said, on Twitter that this is her last match. And anybody who's followed professional wrestling knows you don't win your last match. You go out on your back. Very rarely, and I'm talking probably 1 out of 1,000, has it happened otherwise. And I don't see that happen here. Because Charlotte Flair needs the push. It's going to help her name. She's still going for years and years. Trish Stratus rides off to the sunset. It'll probably be a good match. I don't expect no more than 10 minutes. But we'll see what happens. I think she's going to do better than what I'm getting ready to say now. And I'll take Charlotte Flair, by the way. But the other match, Goldberg against Dolph Ziggler. Why? God, he was out there on Raw, Miz TV, talking trash to Michaels. I would have rather seen that. No, we got to have Goldberg. Gotta have him because he looked like crap with The Undertaker over in Saudi Arabia. So he's got to redeem himself. This is what I'm saying. WWE, why are you taking talent and making them job to guys like this? I'm telling you, this is not a good idea, but they're going to put over Goldberg. He needs to have his last second push so that way he can finally ride off into the sunset. And people won't think that he was a crappy wrestler towards the end. That's what they want you to think. But, of course, they're going to have this, and Goldberg's probably going to go over. If that match goes 10 minutes, and that might be including entrance, my friends, I'll be amazed. I'm hoping it's actually decent, but I'm not really expecting anything. So let me move on here. You got U.S. title AJ Styles, Ricochet, another rematch. They work well together. This is a great feud that we have here. The OC, the original club, with Ricochet here. I still feel that Ricochet is going to go over on top on this one because this is a big pay-per-view. When it comes to titles, there's WrestleMania, Survivor Series, SummerSlam, and Royal Rumble. Okay, the big four. This is where they change, usually storylines at that point, one of those big four. And I can expect that Ricochet's going to get his push and get his title reign. It's actually probably going to go a little bit longer than what it did last time. So yeah, I expect him to win the U.S. title. SmackDown Women's title. Bayley taking on Ember Moon. Again, like I'm saying here, the big pushes. I expect a lot of title changes here. I really do. I expect Ember Moon to come out with this belt because another one that deserves a push. Needs that push towards the spotlight. Booker T's student. It's a great pedigree right there with that. Taking on Bayley. I would take Ember Moon. I'm hoping she wins it. She deserves it. She's a good talent. I mean, she does a nice stunner from the top rope. I forget exactly what it's called, but it is a great move. And I'm very, intrigued by this match. I feel that Ember Moon is going to win this one. Raw Women's title, same kind of deal. I feel like Becky Lynch, okay? Now, I liked Becky Lynch, and I still do. Okay? But it's getting stale. It's getting stale. She's had the title since Mania. We get it. And she's the man. And Becky 2 belts. And now on the cover of WWE 2020. Oh boy. It's time to end this. I mean, she's taking on Natalya. Natalya, Hart Family Dungeon, the only female there. Great talent herself, and it's a submission match. So I'm hoping Natalya applies that sharpshooter and wins this match. It may still be Becky Lynch, and I'd be shocked why. But they want to push maybe 2020 the game out there and have her belt. But I'd like to see Natalya win this, and I'm rooting for her. So good luck out there on that one. SmackDown title, Kofi and Orton. Yeah, Randy Orton, Kofi Kingston. Kofi, I can see holding on to the title. There's a difference here, okay? Becky Lynch has been shoved down people's throats. Kofi Kingston, a little bit, but not as much and not as direct. I'm okay with him being champion. And if they ride him till Survivor Series or possibly even the Rumble, I'm okay with that. I think he beats Randy Orton because it's going to up his game and make sure his status is a little higher, the legend killer. Randy Orton's almost got no reason to win the title. Just, what does it do? Another notch on the belt? Loop right there. Doesn't really do much. I think Kofi Kingston wins that. Brock Lesnar, Seth Rollins, Universal Championship. If you've been watching over the past week, Seth Rollins been getting his butt kicked. Brock Lesnar beating the crap out of him. It's been horrible. It's been a beatdown. I don't see Brock Lesnar losing this belt. Same thing I said on my end of the month show. This is your moneymaker. This is the guy that's going to put butts in the seats. This is the guy you want to see getting butt kicked. But at the same time, you love hearing a Paul Heyman promo. Because those are always good. You hear the fans just go, "My name is Paul Heyman," and they follow him, right? Just like that, because he knows how to captivate a crowd. I see Brock Lesnar coming out there and winning and retaining his title. It just doesn't make sense to pull it off of him right now. Not at this moment. By the way, Roman Reigns, there's another thing. Roman Reigns has been having a couple of incidents here the last couple of weeks. He almost had some, looks like boxes and railings fall on top of him. It looked like an accident. And then you had the car almost hit him, and it drove off. A lot of people pointing towards Daniel Bryan. And, I've watched some videos recently, and this is where it's kind of gotten me. A lot of people have pointed towards Eric Rowan and Daniel Bryan kind of helping out each other to take him out. Supposedly they're setting some feud up between these two. It remains to be seen what they actually do. But if you've seen the video, and it's been out there, there's actually a video of a big giant statue that's a blur in the back that resembles Eric Rowan. Really does. I don't think they wanted to catch that on camera, but they did. It's freeze framed. So keep an eye on that. Big thing I want to tell you about too, this is my final thought here. October, right? It's now August, right? We're getting ready to roll through August and September. We're going to October. October's a big, big month for wrestling fans. October, you're talking SmackDown goes to Fox, right? SmackDown goes to Fox. That's going to be enough to really, Fox wants them to draw ratings, wants them to draw a lot of ratings. So they're going to have to change their show, which they're starting to do. But to get that to that level where they want that, I think it's 3 million viewers, I believe it is. or whatever it is, they want to reach that certain totem pole right there, they're going to have to change their ratings. They're going to have to change their system of how they run the shows to keep fans watching. Because at the same time, October 20th, AEW on TNT. First show down in D.C., not too far from me. But, right there, competition, TNT, USA. Getting ready to be a big one there. And just announced today, this is kind of big news, but not really. The National Wrestling Alliance, Billy Corgan, has announced that they will be on television in October. They have not set a date exactly, or they have not set a channel. But they're talking right now on being on national television in October. So that's something to keep your eye on. You're talking big wrestling right there. 3 major companies. The NWA not so much, but they're on the rise. And this sounds like it could be important. We'll see how it turns out. Thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate it here. Thank you guys for watching. If you can, like, subscribe, share. And I will see you this Sunday. This Sunday, I will have Josh Moorfield on the show, my extreme gamer. And we will have some fun, and I will share that with you. Thank you again, folks, for tuning in.